Captain.
Hey, hi.
Permission to come aboard.
Yes, come aboard. I'm excited.
Aboard today, this lovely yacht and called Nomad, and the people on board are Leon and Ellie, and they just want a little bit of a confidence boost in sailing. So they're taking us out in their boat, and we're just going to guide them along and see what they think they don't know, because they probably know it anyway.
Okay, so it's never been inspected.
Okay.
Because it doesn't need to.
Okay.
Did you buy this?
No. Yeah.
Oh, you bought it in 21.
I bought the boat.
In 21.
Yeah.
And I wear it all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, do you? Because you play
This
with
is mine. This is the one I use.
Inside here is a big mother spring, right? With a needle at the end.
Okay.
With a needle, so it's compressed back in here. In here is a tablet, and when the jacket gets immersed in water, that tablet has to dissolve inside, I've forgotten what it is, like 4 seconds or something. There's a standard that it must dissolve by.
Yeah.
And there you have another backside.
The rail.
Yeah, you preferably don't want to roll your ankle on it. So you don't want it where you could possibly need to walk.
Right.
So you wouldn't want to roll an ankle.
But if you're going out for a day sail, you're not taking everything off and putting it back on. You're doing this. Yeah.
Well, just hang tight here. You don't need a winch
Okay.
yet.
Ellie just fell overboard.
Oh.
Ellie just fell overboard. Ellie's overboard.
Ellie, can you hold your breath? No.
You've gone. Let it go.
Okay.
Let it go.
Let us go.
Let it go.
Yeah, you're gone. You just fell
All
overboard.
right. Watch. Point to Ellie in the water.
You can't.
You're on your own.
He's not
I'm
here.
on my own. Okay. Ellie. Okay. I'm not gonna throw that.
No.
Out of gear and like this.
Okay.
Ellie's right near that ball. All right. Stand by. Turning the boat. Ellie,
Coming.
here we come. Coming about. Under power. This has to be confirmed. Here we go.
She's going to be downstream of the stuff that you threw
I'm
over.
going to circle around her.
Yeah, she's
Ellie's
going.
right. I'm going to get that right to her.
Yeah. So she's always going to be downstream, downwind of what you
I
threw
turned
over.
into the wind.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you've got a nice little marker there
Yeah.
for you, and you know she's going to be somewhere past that marker.
Yeah. I'm gonna circle. Okay, Ellie, coming around.
Hang in there, darling.
Should have on the other side of it. See how the rope's going?
I should have passed her first. Oh, that's our float there.
That's Ellie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
Ellie.
Oh, I thought it was a buoy.
Oh, right.
I never got
it's
that.
Ellie.
Okay, so Ellie, we're gonna come around. I never do that. Here we go. Close.
Yeah. Now Ellie should be able to get
Probably
to that. Really,
gets at herself. She's going.
if she's conscious.
Yes, exactly. She's not.
Won't worry about that.
Okay.
Getting her back on board.
Yeah.
Okay, she's on.
Alrighty. How's the water?
Tell me when you're going over the side, man.
Now.
because you.
Doesn't matter, you're motoring.
Oh, it doesn't matter if I'm over it. I need to slow down. Well, I can see 'em, but it might take a while. Do I turn the other way? It keeps feeling like I'm circling. Oh, that's gonna be good, right?
Yeah, if you look where your rope is in the water, that's where it's going to end up eventually.
Okay, so I just keep going.
So Leon's now got the rope.
Okay.
Oh,
The life ring is harder to see at this angle.
you can't see him. No, it's great.
How is he?
There.
He seems good. He's gurgling a little bit, but okay. Wait a minute.
Darling, thought I saw you smile today. Saw those
So do you want me to go right straight into the wind?
No.
No, I just want you to get the feel of steering with the tiller, and the very first thing you did
Was
told you that
wrong way.
it's the wrong way because it's not a wheel.
It's opposite.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So bring it back.
Back,
Yeah.
down.
Yes.
Down with it. Go down. Falling off.
Counterintuitive, isn't it?
Don't you know I long to hear every little detail of your day?
So, what is your goal in teaching sailing?
Over the last 3 years living on the boat, we've just seen so many couples not having a great time. Not that they don't love each other, but there's a lot of miscommunication that goes on the boat, and that causes people to get the umph with each other and things like that. So what I want to try and do is probably get the couples to talk the same language first off, so that they understand what bit of the boat is called what, and it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong nautically wise, it's just got to be that they both mean the same thing when they're talking about it to each other.
So sometimes you see a couple, like the couple aren't as enthusiastic as each one's probably want push the dream and the other one's come along for the ride, and so but someone might not be enjoying it as much as, and we look much as perhaps the partner thought they would, and you see that as an onlooker, and it's just nice to get that other person that's not as comfortable up to speed and as comfortable with the other, and then it becomes harmonious on board.
That certainly happened to me.
What happened to you?
Well, since Lou and Rick came aboard with us and also taught us things more like pencil and paper kind of things, theory and resources, I feel a lot more confident.
Does the owner of his yacht actually know how many fire extinguishers he has on board?
Before I get to that, I want to talk about that, but so I have a question for you.
Shoot.
Gee, Mike.
Who are you and how did you come to sailing?
How I got into sailing as a young kid, I started racing boats, so it just flowed from there.
What are some of the premier races you did, and what was your role in the races?
Well, I love doing the Sydney Hobart Yacht Race.
Where does that go?
It's a race down the east coast of Australia from Sydney, and there's a little island off the bottom of Australia called Tasmania, and it's a yacht race of about 660 nautical miles from that city to that city, and it's through one of the toughest stretches of water on the globe.
And what did you do on the boat?
Navigator.
What was your role?
Started off as a forward hand, but you get too wet doing that, so I wanted to be a navigator.
How many times did you do it?
9.5, that many times.
Whoa.
And what happened on the the 9.5 times.
I didn't make it across the finish line. 3 of us got washed over the side in the race, and Lamsey Kevin came over to me and was holding me up as the breaking waves were tumbling down on top of us, and because I'd damaged my finger.
What were the conditions at the time?
Conditions were a little bit on the ordinary side. It was blowing a bit and large breaking waves. We were surfing with them going that way, but a set came from the wrong side, and that was the end of us. And then a few years back we made the decision to do what we'd dreamed all our married life, to go cruising. So we bought a boat in Greece. We've spent 2 years cruising through the Mediterranean, through all the countries of the Med. And then last year we crossed from Gibraltar to Canaries to Cape Verde, and then down to South America, to French Guiana, across the Atlantic, and then have been sailing up through the Caribbean, and here we are right in the Caribbean.
One of the things I got out of this is working more harmoniously together and kind of building trust between the two of us. That Ellie would trust me when I asked her to do something, and knowing that, you know, I have the best interests, as far as I'm aware, of the boat and safety. And so that's been a real confidence builder, and also practicing safety drills has been really helpful. And you've been asking to do that for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And we just never made the time to do that. And so we did numerous man overboard drills, and then Ellie and I went out the other day and did it by ourselves. I think a lot of people defer that kind of practice, and maybe even defer that kind of conversation together, but it's a reality and it happens, and it makes sailing so much easier when you feel good about it and you know what to do in an emergency. So that's a major factor in what I got. And also Rick is an expert in making the boat go fast. And he's really good at that. And so we had some nice discussions about trim and safety. As a captain, you know, how do you make decisions to keep the boat safe?
What I realized since we practiced and studied with Rick and Lou is that I feel more confident for sure, but I also feel, you'll have to say if you think this is true, but what I feel from you is that you're more able to let me take over some things.
Yeah.
Like at the helm and in the dinghy and stuff like that. So I don't know so I feel more confident and competent, but I also wonder if you feel more confident in me.
I do, absolutely. And I also noticed that you're more proactive and you're more confident, like just with the dinghy driving, you know, she goes, I'm gonna drive, and she'll get in there, put the motor down, start it up, or not,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what the engine wants to do, and then you want to drive it, and you're teaching your sister who's new on board, and you're like, hot shit woman here, sailor.
Is it easier for you to let me be at the helm and let me do some things that you didn't feel were as comfortable before?
I think you're more willing to take it now, as well. So if you're having challenges sailing together, husband and wife, or just a few of you together, call Rick and Lou, and they can help you sail more harmoniously together and have more fun.
It's a good day to begin.